Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Hey Mike, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope you got home okay. Hope everybody had a good Monday. It was a good day today. Had a really good day. Nice little evening for a fire. It rained a lot of the day today here, but mosquitoes aren't buzzing around too bad tonight, so it's a pretty good night. Pretty cool evening. It's about 68 degrees currently, so doing good. Hey Daniel, I appreciate you coming in. How are you doing, Daniel? Randy's here. We can officially start now. Herbert T. Man, all the cool kids are in the house tonight. Minnesota Mike. Life on a Budget. Man, it just gets better and better. I mean, what could make this evening better? Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver, I appreciate you coming in, brother. Appreciate you coming in. Ashley, how you doing, honey? Oh man, Woodsman. Now we're meaning real business. On the phone with my brother. I'm still watching though. I appreciate it, Woodsman. Looks like an owl in the left corner of the fire. Yeah, it does. That I put that rock up there. It looks kind of like two eyes and a mouth too. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I found that out here in this my base camp and thought it'd look pretty cool in the fire pit. Thanks, brother. Yeah, I came out here and, like I said, it rained lightly a lot of the day today, so it took me a bit to get it going. Not too bad though. A lot of wet wood out here. All the cool kids and Mike. Absolutely, that's what I was thinking. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good Monday. We all had a good Monday here. Started off the morning with breakfast with family and remembering my amazing father-in-law that he's with us in spirit, but he's in heaven now, so we got to celebrate him today, starting the day off, so that was a great day. Always starting the day off with family and being thankful. That's what life's all about, spending time with family or loved ones, friends. Enjoy every second you can, man. I know all of you know that, but make sure you enjoy every second. It's priceless. Family's great, man. Little Will's growing like a weed. He was 1 month old on the 10th. So we took some 1 month old pictures today, this afternoon, well, my wife did. They look so cute. I wish you could post pictures here on the live and stuff while you're doing it. I know if I was in StreamYard, I could share my screen or whatever, but I'm not where my laptop is, and I can't really do that on the phone. But yeah, doing good. Wife's doing good. Family's doing good. Appreciate everybody coming in. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for sharing the evening with me and this beautiful fire. I'm gonna try to keep it going tonight. I want another Minnesota Mike steak and egg breakfast. Man, wasn't that good? I rant and raved about that when I got home. It was super good. Good evening, Purple Rain Gang. Yep. We got to design that t-shirt. Remember the first live stream I came in on, you're an awesome person. Well, I appreciate that, Woodchucker, Chainsaw Carver. You're pretty awesome yourself. You do really good work, and if everybody doesn't know Woodchucker or hasn't checked out his channel, please do. If you like chainsaw carving, wood carving, he does an amazing job. He does a lot of lives and carves right on live feeds, so go give him a subscription or at least check his channel out for him. I am number 8 like. I appreciate that. Howdy Herb, Purple Rain, cheers 210, cheers all PA Outdoors couple. Appreciate you coming in tonight. Enjoying a good fire, and figured we'd have a chat about a little bit about our camp out this weekend. It was a great meetup with Minnesota Mike, Ozarks Great Adventures, Ozarks Woodsman Stories, and more. And of course, you can't forget the one and only, guess who? Minnesota Mike. Yep, everybody knows we all hung out this weekend. That was a great spur of the moment get together. I wish Herbert and Matt and Adam could all been there, but you know, everybody's busy. But it was a good time, real good time. We had chili the first night. That was great, bison and beef chili. That was really good dinner. Had a good time. You're welcome, Red Trucker. I should have given it to you by now, but sometimes I forget. People have to remind me. Yeah, hon. Ashley Nicole's my wife, Woodchucker. But yeah, we watch you. You know, her dad was a logger and really good man, so it is close to home when we watch you use the chainsaw. So, and you're really good at it. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. Creation Dust has a really good channel too, Woodchucker. I'm pretty sure you know who he is, but their channel's really good too. Chainsaw Carving, I really like watching them. Appreciate that PA Outdoors couple. Yeah, he's got some amazing content to watch. He's done a lot of awesome wood carvings. It blows my mind what people can do with the art of chainsaw carving. I did some chainsaw carving on ice when I was in culinary school in college. That was a lot of fun. I carved a swan out of ice sculpture, and it was pretty fun. I know it's a lot different, but it was a lot of fun. I just put up a short. I chainsaw carved a chainsaw, came out awesome. Oh man, I'll have to check that out. It's awesome. Grow together, absolutely. It's what this community's all about. Culinary came in handy. Well, I don't say I'm good at cooking just because I went to culinary school, but yeah, it was a good experience. I loved every bit of that. It was fun hanging out with everybody and everybody getting together. Of course, I didn't help out on dinner, but Minnesota Mike and Woodsman and Randy all pitched in and made an awesome dinner. That was so good. Breakfast was amazing. Thanks again, Mike, for bringing all that and getting all this together. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. It's kind of what it's all about, right? Community's awesome. We got the best community on YouTube. Carved your log into a chainsaw. That is awesome. I'll have to check it out. Did you make it a steel or a Husqvarna, or what chainsaw did you make? Subbed up Mike. Yeah, Mike's got a good channel. He's if you like making things. I know Woodchucker likes to make stuff out of wood, but Minnesota Mike's I like his creativity, repurposing stuff. That's a gift in itself too. Not everybody's really good at that either, but he's really good at it. He's built a lot of different things. Doesn't say it, but just the chainsaw. Hey man, that's all that matters. I'll definitely have to check that out. I'm so far behind after taking a break for a while. I've got a lot of catching up to do with everybody's content, but I will catch up. Slowly but surely. I don't know what Shirley has to do with it, but gotta get caught up. A lot of my core group I think I've caught up. I've got a few more woodsmans to watch. I think nomadic camping. Woody, I've got a few of his to watch still. There's a few lives I missed. Mainly he's got a few lives I got to go back and watch. Yeah, there's quite a few I still have to catch up on, but I'm doing good. I love my Mr. Planter's peanut. Oh, buddy. Yes. Man, you've got so many videos and so many carvings you've done. It's gonna take a while to see all of them and watch them all. I'm learning to hand carve, but watching woodchuckers videos for tips. Yep, absolutely. So many things I like watching people carve, like Balm Outdoors, Kenny. There's a lot of people that are getting into carving a little bit. A lot of people do gnomes and birds and a lot of different cool things, hand carving. I need to get back and try and do more of that. You forgot to do a short on Mr. Peanut. Yeah, you might want to do that. That'd be funny. You went antiquing on the way home, found a little cold handle skillet. Awesome. Yeah, the bargain segment, I was going to try to get the video done and uploaded today, the same day I do my live, but I think I'm going to upload it tonight or in the morning, so it'll upload on my Tuesdays for the bargain video. But I got some pretty good bargains on this week's video as well. I can only carve feather sticks for fires. Hey, that's a start. That's a pretty important thing to carve, I think. Hey, Woodsman, welcome back. Minnesota Mike, I don't know if you read his comment up above, but he went antiquing on the way home. Dora, appreciate you or no, Dara, sorry. Small screen, I can barely see it. Dara, appreciate you coming in. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, I appreciate it. Just let everybody know, don't ever give up. I was monetized once and I lost it due to no activity. Oh man, that stinks. And I had to do it all over again for the second time. Yeah, it's a slow go for sure, but slow and steady. Yeah, thanks for the encouragement, Woodchucker. I know everybody will get there eventually. Everybody has good channels here, so. Yep, good. I'm gonna put a couple more pieces of wood on the fire. Keep a good fire going is what I say. Like I said, the mosquitoes aren't too bad tonight, so I don't have to worry about mosquitoes, but kind of the ambiance is nice. I figured everybody likes a good fire. That's one thing I need to get too, is some more firewood for out here. I'm glad, but I didn't have near as much wind damage this year and trees falling, so I've whittled my wood pile down out here, so I'll be trying to get me some wood for the winter. Mainly off grid. How you doing, my brother? Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us tonight. Mainly does a lot of really awesome lives. Mainly if you like wood carving. I don't know if you know Woodchucker, but he's got an awesome wood carving channel. He does a lot of live wood chainsaw wood carving. So Really, really cool guy. I enjoy watching his videos. I loved it. How's the eggs and pizza? Hey, eggs and pizza, that sounds pretty good. I thought you guys knew each other, but I wasn't 100% positive. Yeah, Mainly's got a nice channel. I enjoy watching his lives. He's got a really nice piece of heaven up there in Maine. It's really nice. Very relaxing spot there on the river, and watching them build that lean-to is really cool. You tried to cook eggs on the prison toilet? Oh no. Oh, I kind of snuck in there when I was out at our camp after my live the other day. I was getting ready for bed, so I didn't stay. But yeah, I was wondering what shenanigans was going to happen after I left. I guess it didn't turn out too good. Don't know if my joints can take much more sawing. Ha ha ha. Yeah, that's a lot of work. I can't imagine. Appreciate that, Woodchucker. That's awesome that you're willing to help people out like that. That's so cool. Woodchucker was having a blast watching me. I bet. I wish I wouldn't have missed it. I'll have to go back and watch it. I haven't watched all that replay on that live mainly, but I will get to it. A farm Lambo? Yeah, he does. A red one. It was edible. Well, I hope so. Hey, at least it's sanitized. Yeah, I appreciate it, Woodchucker, yeah. I hope not. Yeah, it was fun. Herbert, missed you guys out at camp. That was a lot of fun. Missed you and Adam and two guys in the Ozarks. I wish you guys all could have made it too, but you know, I hope everybody gets to make it in February. It's going to be a lot of fun at the Purple Rain meetup. We all need to get together, and I would really like to have some shirts made. That would be awesome. Yeah, we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. Short, but sweet, you know how that is. But it was really good to see everybody. Hadn't seen, you know, Mike since last February, so it had been since May since I seen Randy. And Woodsman, of course, I didn't see since last February either. Hey, Den, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate all those thumbs ups. If you don't mind hitting that thumb up for me. I want to camp but don't have any experience. Do you have any recommendation? Thanks. Dara, yeah. You know, if you've never went camping before, or, you know, like I've tell everybody in all my lives that I do, you know, if you might want to go back and watch some of my lives I've done, you know, we've done a lot of live talking about camping and hiking and backpacking and that type of thing. And, you know, it just depends on what you want to do. You know, if you want to just start out tent camping at a campground, you know, I'd suggest, you know, if you don't have the money or the means to buy gear, or if you already have gear, just main thing is testing your gear before you go out, especially if you go out and you know cool temperatures or something where it's extreme camping. But I always tell people, you know, you can, if you don't have a lot of money, you can go to secondhand stores. Every week I do a bargain segment I used to do it on my lives, but now I'm going to start doing a separate video each week, giving everybody ideas of stuff on like Amazon, Walmart, Menards, Academy Sports, different places like that where you can get good deals on camping. And I geared more towards budget camping. Anybody that likes high-end gear, they know where to go get stuff like that. I'm geared more towards giving people deals on good stuff, good quality stuff. But yeah, I would get your gear, test it even in your backyard or somewhere close to home before you go out. Of course, don't go hiking out an extreme hike or something without testing your gear and knowing what you're capable of. But yeah, find you a tent. Even if you don't find a tent, get you a sleeping bag, or even if you don't have a sleeping bag, get your bedding from home. You can go do a car camp. You can get a tent and do a tent camp. There's no shame in camping in your backyard. I'm here in my base camp on my property. I camp here a lot. But yeah, just get some gear. It doesn't matter how expensive it is. Just get some gear, test it out in your backyard, or if a friend's got, some land that you can camp on for your first time out. Take that gear and camp there, and then go out farther and somewhere else later. Just don't bring too much gear unless you're camping in a vehicle where you can be close by to get your gear. But I guess that's the biggest recommendations I could give you. Appreciate you coming in, Dan. I've made a couple of Purple Rain 25 designs for a t-shirt. Anybody can come up with some. We can look at them all and choose. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to mess around with some and get some ideas. Thanks, Randy. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, Mom, how you doing? I appreciate you coming in tonight. Thank you for hanging with us tonight. No, I don't mind you putting a link up. As long as it's clean, if it's your channel or whatever, yeah, Woodchucker, put a link up. I just ask everybody to be clean and, respectful on the site. Make sure you're not posting anything. If it's just your channels, I don't care if you post a link or something that's respectable. Yeah, let's get them done. Yep. I think t-shirts would be great. Cheaper the better. Yep. I always say cheap, to start out with. That way, if you don't stick with camping and really enjoy it, you're not out a lot of money, Or even borrow some camping gear from friends or family is what I even suggest too, because you don't really know what you want, and you don't really want to go spend a lot of money on gear and not even like it and keep doing it. Because if you resell it, you're not going to get anything for it back, But yeah, that's why I give everybody moderator status, so everybody can check out everybody's channels and sub to each other, and at least give them a chance, even if you don't. It's not your cup of tea, I know a lot of channels aren't everybody's cup of tea, but I always encourage everybody to check each other's channels out and subscribe to each other and help each other. I appreciate that, Herbert. Yep, I appreciate the thumbs up. Much appreciated, guys. Planning on doing a lot of theme-based camping on the property. EDC overnights, no shelter winter overnights. Yeah, PA Outdoors. That's exactly, I was thinking about doing some shelter builds this winter, maybe up in Mark Twain National Forest, or doing some different videos, mix it up a little bit. I love watching those. Those are some of my favorite videos to watch. My recommendation is to go with people who know what they're doing. Purple Rain Gang in February. Absolutely, Mike. That's a great thing too. Dara, if you could go with somebody that's knowledgeable in camping. I know not everybody has that option as well, or has a lot of friends or people that are into camping, but at the very least, watch YouTube channels and figure out something that looks interesting to you, get the gear, and like I said, use it at home. Get comfortable with it. Figure out how to put up the tent or hammock or whatever shelter you have. If you just want to roll a bed roll out with a on the ground under the stars on a clear night, that's so much fun. I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. All clean. Yeah, I know you are, woodchucker. But I pretty much remind everybody when they come in, that's what I like. Nothing like a good fire. I know, man. And I don't have a tremendous amount of wood to burn tonight. Well, I got enough for tonight, but I definitely got to get stocked up for the winter. We're one sub away from our October subscriber goal. Well, if everybody heard that, PA needs another subscriber. So if you're not subscribed to P Outdoors Couple, they'd appreciate a sub to get them that goal for October. Yeah, I need 4 more for my October. Well, I wanted by November to be at 600, and I'm 4 shy, so I would really like to hit 600 before November, but if I don't, I'm okay. Thanks, Woodchucker, for subbing to PA. Goal reached. I'm behind on comments, obviously. Let's see here. Those shout outs today on my community page. Awesome, Mom. I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's what I love about this community. We're all encouraging each other to grow and helping each other. It's so awesome. Watch my community post for what not to do while camping tips. Herbert. And that's one thing too, I've done on my lives, and that's not, all kidding aside, it's definitely good to give failed experiences and stuff that you've experienced to help people. You know, that's a help too, is to help, let people know what not to do. That's just as important as what to do. I'll take a large pizza, Woodchucker. Yes, let's call in some pizza. That sounds pretty good. Hey, Shy Guy, I appreciate you coming in, Chris. How are you doing today? If you don't know Woodchucker Chris, give him a sub, and PA Outdoors Couple. I think you know them, though, obviously from the meetup. Is there a wedding coming up, PA Outdoors? That'd be cool. Yeah, commenting and hanging out in your live stream, giving thumbs ups, and even giving thumbs ups and commenting after the live is posted helps a bunch too. I know a lot of people forget to do that, but that does help a lot. Commenting and even just giving a thumbs up in the comments when the live is posted, it does help. I'm about 2,700 watch hours behind my 2019 goal. Ouch. Yeah, I'm setting at like 2,733 watch hours right now. So, if anybody can throw my playlist on for me, I'd appreciate it. I need some more watch hours, but I've gotten real close before, and as everybody knows, like every month a new video falls off, so you lose some watch hours. So it's hard to get those watch hours built up. Thanks for the subs. Yep. Everybody sub to each other. That's what it's all about, to grow our channels and be a community and help each other grow and enjoy these awesome lives. I really enjoyed, all of us hanging out over the weekend for sure, but the live was so much fun. I enjoy talking to everybody, not just at camp, but all of you guys as well. I really enjoyed the live. It was a lot of fun. Shy Guys in the house. 11 days. Wow. 11 days? That comes up pretty quick. I always try to subscribe on their last short video. It helps the algorithm. Yeah, I bet it. Yeah, it sure does. Shorts, you get a lot of subs from your shorts for sure. I've gotten a lot of subs off shorts. Even if the rest of it doesn't help your channel much, the subs really come good, from the shorts for sure. We are streaming our vows if the reception is good. Oh, PA couple, that's so cool. That will be really cool. That's good, Woodchucker. Yeah, yeah. I almost, if I can't make it in the live, I definitely watch it afterwards, and for sure watch a lot of people's lives. Even if I miss them, I go back and watch them later. It really does help. We'll be at an overlook for the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. Wow, that's going to be beautiful. That will be beautiful. Coal Region Explorer, how you doing? Appreciate you. It was nice hanging out with you a little bit last night. If you guys don't all know Coal Region Explorer, go give him a sub and check out his channel. He has a really good channel. He does a lot of really good lives as well. I'm 90 hours away from monetization. Hard to believe. Man, that is awesome. I'll put some of your stuff on your playlist on and run them for you mainly. I was watching one of your lives the other day, a couple of them that I missed, so I'll put your live playlist on and let it run again. And two, I did some researching. People say if you watch videos over and over again, you don't get credit for it, but you actually do. So at least to get your first, your hours. I'm not saying it's going to help you monetarily, but when you're growing your channel, it does help. Hashtag prison toilet. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate you running my videos. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I'd much appreciated. Get me over that little hump. I still got 404 subscribers to get to 1,000, but I mean, I definitely need the subs, but I can get the halfway mark, 500 and 3,000, but I'm only, 277 hours from the 3,000. Your latest short has hit 2K views and only 2 subs though, lol. Yeah, but that's the way it starts. I mean, you get people coming in on those shorts and they'll come in and check out your channel, and not all of them will subscribe, but you get a lot more traffic that way. Almost at 3,000 hours, Woodchucker. I can't believe you're not already there, mainly. But just because, you get thousands of views on your lives, if people don't stay, you don't get many watch hours. Just like that live we did over the weekend with the guys, I'm hitting at almost 51 watch hours just for that one live. I only had 430 views, but I got almost 51 watch hours. So that's telling me, I appreciate you guys watching. And even if you're not there, even mainly and Cole, even if I jump into your live and I'm not chatting, a lot of times I'll leave it running in the background if I'm busy. I'll put it on my tablet or something if I'm going to town and let it run and get you guys watch hours, because I mean, that low of views on my live and I still got almost 51 watch hours already, and it's still going. So man, I appreciate you guys so much. These lives are so much fun. They're my most favorite because you get to interact with each one of you guys, and it does feel like family, and we cut up and give each other ideas on what to do, and it's a lot of fun. Hey y'all, I'm at work. I'm chiming in here and there. I appreciate it, Cole. I really appreciate you coming in and supporting the channel, brother. Yeah, just run everybody's list, and pick a person out of our community, every day, and just go to the playlist tab and play their playlist, or give everybody love on a day and just switch, do one playlist of each person's, or whatever. I mean, it helps a bunch. You go. Mainly, I have been avoiding your live to keep from scaring people away. Herbert. Don't avoid his live for sure. At least you don't have to chat, I guess. I mean, but I can't wait to see the prison toilet merchandise. uh, that's funny. I can't believe that came out of a camper. Stickers are coming soon. Nice, mainly. If you guys make a playlist, then you can go to that playlist and play it all, and it helps build the hours and don't have to be click on next one. Yep, that's what I do, Woodchucker. I've got all my playlists. I put all my videos in a playlist, and that way it makes it easier for everybody to go in there and just play your videos. Yep, helps a bunch. That way, you know, like you say, it doesn't click off on a random video, because if you just watch one video and it gets through, it's going to automatically play somebody else's video more than likely. Does it count towards watch hours if I play a live stream I was at? Yeah, absolutely. And you can watch your own videos and it counts as your own watch hours. It doesn't matter. If you have a tablet or a laptop or something that you can run even your own videos in the background, it counts. Woodchucker, did you finish that carving from yesterday? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Once you get monetized, you really have to be careful on your live streams. You can't just go live just to get hours. If you want to grow, you can email me and I'll help you out. That's cool. Yeah, once you get monetized, it makes a big difference for sure, I'm sure. We're monetized now. My beer channel is our only membership. Ha ha ha. I'm pretty hardcore since I've been monetized. That's cool. It's awesome that you're willing to help everybody. I appreciate that, Woodchucker. That's awful nice of you. Create a master playlist named Play All. That's a really good idea, Dan. That's absolutely good idea. Yeah, that is really good numbers. And my lives averages are, between 30 and 50 usually a live, so it's good. Just because I don't have, 1,000 or 2,000 subs, it doesn't matter. It means I've got a lot of really good supporters, and I appreciate every one of you guys coming in. And when you miss watching the lives, I can really tell, and it's so appreciated. I can tell, and I appreciate it, But I'm glad Woodchucker's encouraging everybody, because that's what the community should be about, is helping each other grow and make sure you get to where you want. And had probably 20,000 hours and 3/4 to 1 million views in just a short time. Wow. Yeah. You have some really good content too, Woodchucker. Yeah, this outdoor community is the best, Herbert. I'd agree 100%. That's the live stream. Wow. that's so hard to believe, but getting people to watch, 3 minutes or longer is really important. And good thing about your wood carving, it really keeps people engaged and keeps them wanting to stay there, because once I start watching you, I don't want to do anything else. I mean, it's like I'm glued to the TV when I'm watching you carve. So I got to make sure, I don't have anything to do when I start your live. Yeah, you do mainly. I've been really watching your live streams and how your channel grows. Of course, I can't see your watch hours, but I can tell because you got a good core group of supporters too that watch your live streams. Not only in there, but they stay in there. It makes a difference, man. That Shug live stream I did with Shug is my best live stream. I've gotten 141 watch hours just off Shug's live that I did with him. That was a great live, and I appreciated him so much doing that with me, and not just to get the watch hours, but I've watched Shug for years and years since his beginning, just about, and he's so knowledgeable in hammock camping and camping in general, especially extreme winter camping. One thing I want to do one day is go up, do the frozen butt hang with Minnesota Mike. I think that'd be fun. I'll have to get a little warmer hammock gear for that, though. I'll have to double up some underquilts. Gotta keep this fire going for a little bit longer. Let's see, what a mess. What a mess. Yeah, I have to be set up. Can't monkey around and jump on, and you definitely want to have quite a few people when you get off. You don't want to wait until there's only 20 people. I go and remembers that. Really, I didn't figure that made a difference, but for us little guys, it's hard to keep. Right now it's hard to keep 20 when you get off. Usually when I get off is when people start going away and not staying on. So, getting 20 plus consistently for me is harder to do. I mean, I know Mainly's doing well at that and some of the other lives, but it's hard for me to get off when there's 20 people. That's awesome, Chris. Yeah, when you go on vacation, yeah, I like doing that too. My last live stream was for 6 hours. Wow, 6 hours was a long one. Yeah, that one that I did with the guys this weekend was a little over 4 hours. That was my longest one yet, I think. Horizontals got me more watch hours, but verticals seemed to get more people involved and more subs. Yeah, I was doing horizontals more so lately, but I went back to verticals to get more newer people in to try to get some more subs. But I didn't really see a difference in watch hours as far as vertical. I did a lot of experimenting on both. And for my channel, I really didn't see much difference in the watch hours, but I did see a difference in newer people coming in, newer channels, because they put it out. It's easier to put it out on the reels and get you out there to new people. When you're doing horizontals, it's more geared towards your community, I believe. So like I said before, my community's, our community's amazing, and you guys watch the lives and support it, and it's so appreciated because you can tell, the new people come in from off the reels and they'll swipe away or whatever. You'll get a view, but you won't get much watch time because they're not interested. Yeah, 6 hours is a while, Herbert. Once you guys are monetized, email me when you're serious. I'm super busy, so no more offense. So no offense, anybody. Offense. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I understand woodchucker, because yeah, once you get monetized is when, I mean, you should be serious anyways before that, but I mean, really after that, yeah, to keep your channel growing and to make as much as you can. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate that. Just got working 13 hours. Can't wait to get home. Wow, that's a long day, PA. Hope you make it home okay and have a good evening. How many, oh, you just got off work. Wow, long day. 48 hours a week on my normal job in landscaping, probably 65 hours when I go do my live streams and have fun. Yeah, you're a busy man, woodchucker. Vertical seems like it works gooder. I don't know if it works better. You mean the quality? The vertical and horizontal, it seems to be the same for me as long as you have a good signal. Signal is the big key, but I don't seem to get any more views really, unless it's during the week, like on a Friday during the week, during the day, or during the week. Seems like when people are busy at work or school, they'll get on and watch your lives more so than like a weekend. But a weekend like Sunday afternoon, or even a Saturday afternoon, depending on what you're doing, seems to do okay too. Do vertical. Okay. Thanks for the info. Do vertical. Okay. And always welcome new people as soon as you see them, and moderators definitely say hi and welcome them. That really makes a difference. Yeah, I figured it does, and that's one good thing I like about this community. For the most part, when new people come in, everybody seems to welcome them. I always try to say hi to them as soon as they come in. That's good information, woodchucker. Appreciate that. Sorry I missed some of the conversation. It's okay, Shy Guy. You can go back and run my video later and watch it. Or you can back it up and watch it and then speed it back up. I'm going vertical is now, but I need a better tripod. Yeah. Sorry about my typing, haha. It's all good. I can decipher it. I'm sure everybody else can. Yeah. Until you get really off and get a good core, it's one thing to get your subscribers and get monetized, but again, the studying I've done, if you don't have a core big group of subscribers, supporting your channel and watching your content, you're really not going to grow and make anything, because your watch hours are, important. And, just because you get 30,000 subs and you only get, 50 or 100 of those people really watching your content, that ain't helping you as much as you should. I mean, you can see these channels blowing up like Camping with Champion and Random Adventures 2.0 Tony and these channels, Sam, Northwest Wind. They got a good group of their subscribers that support their channel, and you can tell because they really do well. Yeah, I have a simple video that's awesome. A simple setup gives the live stream great views. It's just a wheelbarrow handle and my cell phone. That's awesome. You have to go back and find the video. It's perfect. Yep. Of course, I can't spend time on it, but I was for a while. Yeah, you were, Randy, for sure. When your phone straight up and down, Chris, Shy Guy, instead of turning it sideways. Sideways is horizontal straight up and down is vertical. Yep, Woodchucker's explained it already. I figured he did. Yep. Personally, I wish horizontal would do better for your videos, because I like seeing more of the screen and more of the landscape with the horizontal. To me, a live is more interesting and I like it better, especially if you're outdoors or doing something that you would like a wide view of the landscape. I really like watching the horizontal better, but of course, you know, I understand why the vertical does better. It's easier for YouTube to load it, or upload it, and to share it. A lot less bandwidth. The interaction is the best part of this community, and you know that's why I enjoy the live streams. I mean, I love long form content and shorts too, but live streams I just enjoy more because of the interaction. Um, you know, we all want to be monetized, we all want our channels to grow and all that, but I also want the community, I want the interaction. You know, if I don't get monetized, this is my favorite thing about YouTube is the community, this discussion that we're having. I appreciate Woodchucker, you going over all this with everybody, and that's what it's about, you know, helping each other out and being a community, and caring about the smaller channels, not only the bigger channels. You know, but we all want to grow too, you know, we do. I like the horizontal too. Yeah, I really do. I really wish it helped more. I understand why they want you to do vertical, but I do like, especially outdoors, fishing and camping and most outdoor stuff. You know, like your wood carving would even be cooler horizontal, but it's pretty cool vertical. But there's just so many other things, like when I was out kayak fishing and all that, you can see so much more uh, horizontal than you can vertical. Plus, I watch most of my YouTube, I watch on my TV, not my phone. So, of course, I like the horizontal because you get better view for the TV. You know, 70-inch TV vertical shot, kind of boring, you know what I mean? Not boring, but I mean, as far as the view, it looks so much more, a lot better horizontal on a 70-inch screen than vertical. But on YouTube, still, the highest percentage of viewers watch vertical on mobile devices and tablets and that type of thing. So I understand why YouTube gears more towards the vertical for mobile devices. That's why they do it. Once my phone plan ends, I'll be switching to one with unlimited data. Then I can live stream from places. Yeah, Chris, I would definitely recommend what the heck? My mind went blank. I've got Verizon's prepaid Visible. Visible's a great. It's the only one that I've ever had that has true, unless you spend a lot of money per month. It's $25 a month, and I have unlimited data. I never get throttled. And you get unlimited hotspot for one device. But you know, like Boost Mobile has unlimited, but they do throttle you. There's a lot of prepaid services that have unlimited data, but they throttle you. Visible is the only one I know of that does not throttle you, and you can do as many live streams, and I upload all my videos and everything and never run out of data, which I have high-speed internet at home as well, so. I just have problems thinking of ideas to make videos that I don't talk myself out of. publishing. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, even get advice from YouTube Studio. It'll tell you what's um, in our niche, what is popular searches. Um, at the moment, currently, you can go in Studio, and it'll tell you what the popular searches in our niche are right now and what people want to see. Um, Not saying that all those are going to be videos that you want to make, because there's a lot of them I don't, but a lot of shelter building, a lot of extreme weather camping, uh, shelter building, like I said, extreme camping as far as like building shelters in winter and sleeping in them, minimal gear, survival videos, those type of things. I keep an eye out on those. I don't have the time to make those right now, but when I do, I'll probably pay attention to that more and try to gear some videos towards those searches, because, that Studio is really a helpful tool for sure. Make it short and to the point, throw it up, you never know. Yep. And that's what they always say. Just make some of the videos you think are the worst videos you've ever done in your life are some of your best videos. And the ones I thought wouldn't do any good at all has been my best ones. Just make them and post them. The muting is a good point, yep. Spectrum is offered free year with unlimited. Yeah, I can get you $20 off for a free month. I can send you a referral code for Visible if you want to give them a try. I don't know how Visible coverage is in your area, but it's pretty good. It's Verizon is who Visible prepaid is. But if anybody wants a referral code, I can send them. You'll get your first month for $5. Yeah, I get the first month for $5, and you get the first month for $5. You get $20 off your first month, and it's $25 a month. If anybody's interested. Yeah, that's the bad thing about kicking people. That's usually what happens. I've got tin can and string internet at my place. Yeah, at our house we have Starlink, which I love. It works really good. Appreciate that, woodchucker. Hey, Funny23, I appreciate you. Yep, yeah. This is out at my base camp on my property, having a good fireside chat tonight. Appreciate you coming in. Where you at? Where you from, Funny23? Granny's Corner. Hi, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Sorry I'm behind on chat here, but trying to catch up so I can welcome you in. I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Got a nice little fire going tonight. Chatting with our community is always good. I appreciate the thumbs up. So if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, I appreciate you double tapping that screen or hitting that thumbs up for me. Much appreciated. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Trying to get caught up. Can you cancel at any time? On Visible, yes, you can cancel anytime, and they do. If your phone's capable of eSIM, you can do eSIM, or they'll mail you a physical SIM card if you need a physical SIM card. But yeah, you can cancel anytime. There's no contract. Like I said, if you use my code, you get your first month for $5, and yeah, and they have phones there you can get, or you can bring your own phone, keep your phone number, and port your number over. It's just like anything else. Really good. It's all online. You can call them, but it's super easy to do it all online. I do mine online. I appreciate everybody hanging out tonight, and it's awesome to hear from everybody. What everybody have for dinner tonight? Two guys in the Ozarks. How you doing, Matt? Appreciate you stopping by. You at work tonight, brother? We had leftovers tonight. We had shepherd's pie, and then I made some homemade pizzas on flatbread last night. It was thick cut pepperonis with cheese, green onions, and I made my own marinara sauce. They were really good homemade pizzas. So we just kind of cleaned up the two little leftovers that we had tonight. Nothing too exciting, but it was super good. Send several Purple Rain t-shirt designs to group chat. Okay, I'll have to do that later on. I'll have to try to get some designs going. Haven't really had a whole lot of time to mess with any of the designs lately, but definitely need to get it going. You're welcome, Granny. Appreciate you being here. That way it makes it easier for you to check out everybody else's channels. I try to give everybody standard moderator status just so it helps everybody to be able to hook up with each other's channels and support each other. But I appreciate you coming in and supporting my live streams. I really do. Yeah, respect and just supporting each other and encouraging each other. And, you know, I love community. I love hanging out with all of you guys. This is my, you know, other than obviously being with my wife and my baby boy, I mean, this is an amazing thing that's helped me deal with a lot of life issues and hard times. I mean, and be able to share ideas and stories and talk about, like this past weekend, the camp out was so much fun, and I love sharing it with you guys. Be able to live stream it on, you know, you can't always live stream on location because of the signal, but when you can, it's so awesome to be able to share those experiences with your community. Thank you for reminding everybody to double tap the screen and support the channel. I appreciate that, Herbert. All right, Woodchucker, go get you some good dinner, man. I appreciate you coming in and sharing all of your knowledge and being the awesome guy you are. I appreciate you. You got an amazing channel. You're an amazing guy, and thanks for giving our community the time. It's much appreciated. I'm sure everybody else sure appreciates it as well. Yeah, I'm behind, trying to catch up too, Woods, when I'm quite a ways behind still. Have a good night, Woodchucker. We'll catch you soon. You're welcome. Make sure you go check out Woodchucker's channel, everybody. That it's came in new. If you like wood carving, and if you don't never watched it, please go check them out and give them a like and tell them I sent you over there. Screenshot it, write it down. I'm gonna delete it. Appreciate you, Woodchucker. A lot of fun this evening with you in here, brother. Yeah, not much more. That's probably my favorite part of camping is the fire. I hate in the summertime because it's so hot. You don't feel like having a fire, but sometimes you build one just because of the bugs. These old metal poles I've got from the electric fence wire, Makes a good fire poker. I found them in the old barn that we tore down. Bye, woodchucker. Have a good evening. Eat something good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure pretty much everybody's subbed to woodchucker, but the few new ones that came in, if there's anybody lingering in the background watching that would like to watch some awesome wood carving, definitely. Pretty nice fire. Pretty nice fire. What time's it getting to be? We've only been on for an hour. Not too bad. I can put a couple big pieces on here to get me through the rest of the live, I think. That'll catch pretty quickly. Be dark for a little bit, but some big chunks. Bacon and coffee are my favorite thing about camping. Oh, bacon. Coffee's pretty up there too, Herbert. I'd have to agree with that. I do like the fires. Fires are so awesome. I like Shy Guy's fires, man. He built some nice fires. That's why I like Carlisle 195 in the UK, man. He built some huge fires. I never have that much wood to build those big of fires. That's awesome. He'll appreciate that, Chris. Appreciate you guys supporting him. He's a really cool dude. I really enjoy watching his lives. Coffee's a must after it gets cold. Yeah, I even like coffee when it's hot out, but my parents, man, it'd be 100 degrees and they'd be drinking coffee all day. I like a good iced coffee too. I don't mind it if it's hot outside and you want it to be a little more refreshing. I don't mind making an iced coffee or just letting it get cold. That guy on my community post makes big fires. Yeah, when he's not supposed to. Oh man, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe, you know, I mean, you can. I mean, that's why all these forest fires and just careless people, you know. I hate to see them out in the community, out in the woods, but they're out there. Think about making some Minnesota Mike's Sasquatch coffee now. Yeah. Yep. That's going to be fun too, guys, on our meetup, doing that Bigfoot search for Bigfoot. I think that'll be a good segment, and you know, whoever wants to record on that. But I'd like to get as many people involved as possible on that. I think that would be really cool. Everybody get headlamps and, you know, and get serious about it. But I think it'll be a good time. HB Outdoors, how are you doing, man? I appreciate you coming in. How you doing tonight? I'll give you a moderator status so you can check out everybody's channels, and I appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up button if you haven't for me, and check out some of these other awesome content creators here in the room. Got a good community in here. I'm sure looks like you have an outdoor channel too, so we'll all subscribe to you. Oh, sorry guys. Subscribe to your channel and check your channel out. Biggest #1 forest fire is the Change Dragon, really. I believe it. I believe it, or people flicking cigarettes out are a big one too. We need to do some sort of fire challenge. Yes, woodsman, definitely. Or have a race, you know, like they do at, what is it, Maha, and I think they even had, I can't remember all the different, Woolly Swamp Hang, they had some fire challenges. It's pretty cool to watch those. Thank you, Mom, for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up. Appreciate it. Appreciate the thumbs up and the support. Thanks for the last comment, Woodchucker. Now go get you something to eat. You gotta stay healthy, brother. I'm also a content creator. Yeah, I appreciate you. All I ask is when I give people moderator status that we keep it clean here in our community, mine and pretty much everybody else in here. Um, all I ask is for everybody to be respectful, keep it clean, uh, just, common sense stuff. I'm sure you're pretty cool, but we'll definitely check out your channel. Appreciate everybody checking out HB Outdoors and giving him a sub if you check his channel out. Thanks, Shy Guy. Yeah, HB, Shy Guys, everybody in here is pretty much content creators and have good channels, so when you get a minute to check out some other channels, they'd appreciate it. We don't have to get naked and carry a burlap bag for the Sasquatch hunt, do we? No. I mean, you can do what you want to do, but I don't think that's going to be part of it. Yeah. I mean, whatever we need to do for communication or whatever, wood knocking, and I mean, whatever, whooping, whatever, do your research. I know it's supposed to be a hot spot for sightings there, so, even though I'm a skeptic, it doesn't mean that I'm not interested in it. I mean, I like Base Camp Chris, and most of his stories are about Bigfoot, so I find it interesting. Like I've talked many times, but it doesn't mean that I won't try to go out and see if we can't communicate or find one, but it'll be a good activity if nothing else, for sure. Gotta go eat dinner and do dishes. I'll be back in an hour. If y'all want to watch anything, please check out my song for both. Possibly check out my HB Outdoor Trapping series. We'll appreciate that. Yeah, Woodsman, Ozark's Woodsman Stories and More in here. He's a trapper himself, so he'd probably like that. Definitely will. Some bushcraft challenge events would be fun. Yeah. We won't need a burlap bag. And when I said keep it clean, and look where these two are taking it. Sick. All right, be right back. All right, HB. Herbert T. That's snipe hunting. Still listening. Been in the shower. Yeah, you might need to wash some of that stink off, Randy. Oh yeah, 2G. Yep. Oh shoot, I forgot anybody. This is my recommendation. If you make somebody a moderator, that's fine. At any time you can be taken off moderator. Don't be upset. It is what it is. Yep, for sure. And that's kind of why I say when I do give people moderator status, as long as you keep it clean, respectful, and everything, you can keep the moderator status, but it will be taken, obviously if the rules aren't followed. But my true moderators that are in the room, I usually always have at least one or two moderators usually in the room, and they watch my back for me. So, for the most part, if I know, especially if I see you come in a few times or you have a channel and I can tell, I usually give you the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, we watch our community pretty closely. I would let people know that. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Because, moderator status is only temporary if you don't respect the channel. Back home, did dishes, and I'm cooking beans and sausages. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. PA couple, that does sound good. I was just going to say I'm glad we didn't have to get naked for snipe hunting. Nobody needs to see any of that. Yep. But yeah, we're going to have fun in February, and I'd like to see it grow. We had 7 people last February show up to the Purple Rain meetup. I guess that's what we're going to call it now. It's here in the Midwest. I think most of you know that, but I don't know where HB Outdoors is yet, what part of the country you're in, or world. But yeah, we're here in. I'm in Southwest Missouri. Woodsman is in Southwest Missouri, and so is Randy. Ozarks Great Adventures, Ozarks Woodsman Stories, and more. So, you know, I'd like to see it grow and see some new people show up this year. Hopefully, Glenn Outdoors will be able to go. I haven't talked to him about it. Woodsman has a heavy boot thumb if a person needs it. Haha. Yeah, Randy. Yep, Woodsman's always got your back. You can count on Woodsman for sure. You have your standards and still give me a wrench. Mighty kind of you. It's all good. You guys know. You guys know my rules about like Randy's. And Minnesota Mike. We just like it clean, respectful. You know, it's not that I'm not a political or don't like religion, but those things start fights. So I usually tell people not to talk about them. But obviously, if the live was labeled to talk about those things, it'd be all right. But I would want to be the one to instigate that, you know. And but there's so many things in discussions that offend people, so it's best just to steer clear and be neutral and be loving and respectful and kindful to, you know, everybody. You know, I enjoy that. I don't allow drama or negativity in my live stream. Nope, there's no place for it. No matter what people's beliefs and what backgrounds you are, you know, if you're negative, if you're hateful, yeah, there's no need for that. You know, we're all here. We all have stressful lives and stressful days, and we're in here to enjoy it. And, you know, this community is very positive and very nice. You know, we can joke and have a good time, you know, crack up, and that's what I like. This weekend was great. I mean, a lot of laughing, a lot of seriousness, a lot of joking, good food. We did tomahawk throwing at the end. Randy brought out his tomahawk target that he made up last year, and we had a good time. There's so much fun and camaraderie between us, and it's one thing about this community is what I've enjoyed is not only, you know, online getting new friendships, but meeting new friends with common interests here locally at meetup here in the Midwest. So much fun. It's so awesome. I can't thank you guys. You know, I tell you guys all the time, but for your friendships, you know, I met Shy Guy up in Pennsylvania, Tony's meetup. Cool guy, really, really nice guy. I got good friendships. You know, Den's a good guy, and Michigan, and there's so many people that I met. PA Outdoors couple we met up in Pennsylvania. You know, some of those people, if I wouldn't have went to Tony's meetup, Mary never met them. You know, that's one thing. I don't know how many times I'll get to go, but if that's the only time I get to go, made a lot of good friendships out of the deal. Got to meet Hammock Mountain and Todd Champion and Skeeter and, you know, Too Much Gear Guy and the Northwest Wind and on and on and on. Kitchen Witch and P Outdoor Couples, Nolan from Mission Discover. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, there's so many people I got to meet, and obviously Tony, of course, but it was amazing. Pretty much any time, Herbert, that you're available. If you want to give me a ring, if you're up later after the live, you can give me a ring or anytime. If I don't answer, I'll text you. Only reason I wouldn't answer is if I'm feeding Will or changing Will or doing something like that. But pretty much any time at your convenience. If I don't answer, it means I'm busy. I'll either call you back or I'll text you and say I'll call you back. But pretty much any time. Yeah, it was a long trip, and like I told Randy, I so appreciated him going, and we sharing the cost and the driving. That was a long haul, and um, I'm glad we went. It was good to get to know Randy better and to hang out with him, and like I said, to meet all of you awesome people. First time I got to spend any time in Pennsylvania. I've driven through it many times, but never got to spend any time there. And it's so beautiful, and it's a time I'll never forget. It was a good time. Yeah, it was great meeting you too, Chris. It really did. It was a good time. Meetups really have made the outdoors community absolutely, Herbert. Yeah, and that's a really good positive out of it too. Is it was worth it all just to have had made the friendships that we've made. I mean, got lifelong friendships. Mainly is awesome. Hopefully someday I'll get to meet you, man. I'm still here, guys, just running around getting kids ready for bed. Absolutely, mainly, we all understand that. Appreciate your support. Thanks too, guys. I appreciate that. I know we're all good friends, and we're all good people. So I consider all you guys in here even family to me. I mean, Mom and Herbert and everybody knows. Everybody that's in here in the community that's regularly in here supporting each other. We're to me we're family. We're not just subscribers or content creators. We are, but we are definitely family. Yes, you're awesome too. Mainly appreciate that. Text me. I wouldn't want to disturb the baby time. Okay, I'll text you, Herbert, for sure. Yeah, we have a good community, good friends. I'm still not sure how a story channel even got pulled into this awesome community. Thank you, Randy. Yeah, it was nice getting to know everybody. When I first got on, I didn't think there was that many people around me, and I just said that and ended up running into Randy, and then running into Woodsman. Then Randy introduced us to everybody else, and then we ran into two guys in the Ozarks. It was awesome. Run into Tony and meeting Tony and getting to know Tony personally on a personal level, and then him opening up this meetup. I mean, I may never have made a friendship with Chris and with Sam. I have a good personal relationship with Sam with Northwest Wind, and I've got a decent relationship with Todd and Tony and Daniel at Hammock Mountain. They're all awesome people, and that may have never happened if Tony hadn't have done what he done. And it was very gracious of him to put all that together, time and effort and everything it took to do that. It was amazing. And him being humble and saying, hey, this ain't all about me. I don't want it to be called Tony Fest. I don't want it to be this, because it's about community. It's about content creators and subscribers both. You're a good guy, David. Well, I appreciate that, Dan. I try to be who I am. Love me or hate me, one of the two, but I just who I am, And that's kind of what I tell about our community. I know every single one that I've met on here in person is who they are on their content. I know for the most part, you don't know everybody. Obviously through video you don't know, but you can really tell who's genuine and who's not. You really can. I just miss Herbert's banter. Herb came out of nowhere. Yeah, he's always lingering in the background, Herbert is. Illinois has the least amount of outdoorsmen on YouTube. Yeah, I'd almost agree with that, Herbert. Very few people I know on YouTube are from Illinois. All right, mainly, I appreciate you dropping in. I really do. Thank you for your friendship and always supporting the channel and the encouragement. Appreciate you, man. Have a good evening. Yeah, Herbert just jumped head first. uh, we swear a lot more off camera. Ha ha ha. I mean, a lot of people do, you know. I mean, that's part of it. But, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I don't, but I'm not going to tell people that they can't, you know, it's their lives. But, you know, it's one of those things. I've never been a big drinker. I mean, my wife and I on our anniversary will get a glass of wine, have a glass of wine or something, but we're not big drinkers, but, you know, each to their own. I pretty much don't want stuff in my room mainly for it. This isn't good for family. I mean, our community for the most part here is family oriented, and I want to keep it clean, even the lives, because I've got young nephews that come in and watch this, and older nephews, and even a lot of adults don't want to hear it, but especially the kids. I want this to be a clean and family friendly channel. Took a big risk joining the Ozarks crew, but worth every minute of it. I appreciate that, Herbert. That's awesome. We're glad you're part of it too, man. Good night, mainly. I appreciate you. Yeah, we love you, Herb, for real, man. You're a lot of fun to hang around with, man. Like you say, I wish you were still in Arkansas and closer where we could all hang out more, but we just have to enjoy it more when we do get to hang out. I talk off camera. Yeah, you do, Chris. You got a good voice, man. If you ever decide to do talking in your videos, you got a really good speaking voice. That's what Sam Northwestland was telling you, if you remember, at the meetup. Yeah, you got a good voice. Love you guys. We love you too, Herbert. We try to have a family fun channel. Yeah, I mean, adults are adults. Everybody can do what they want in their private time and everything too. But yeah, especially on YouTube, yeah, I think it's important to. You never know who's watching your content. You know, it's one thing to be around a campfire, and if certain people don't want to be around certain things, I mean, that's a decision you can make, you know. We're all adults and like certain things and don't like certain things, and I'm never going to condemn or judge somebody else for doing whatever they want to do. If I don't want to be around it, I don't have to be around it. You know, that's the pleasure of being an adult and choosing what you want to be in your life and what's not. You know, that's kind of why my parents didn't bring me around a lot of family members that you know, and a lot of people just think it's you're trying to be better than somebody else, which, you know, and in my upbringing, that's exactly right. You are different, and you're to stand apart from others, and it's hard. It's a lot easier to be to not care what you say and do and think, but when you have to stop and think about what you're going to say and if it's hurtful or whatever. My parents tried to raise me proper, you know, far from perfect. I say a lot of things I shouldn't. Made a lot of mistakes like everybody else, you know. I never try to condemn anybody or judge anybody. We're called to love everybody, every single person. You don't have to like every single person, but you have to respect them and love them and you know, support them, encourage them, uplift them, you know, and that's hard to do with people that you know, you don't really care for, that you don't have a lot in common. It's really hard to be positive to people that cut you down. Uh, you got to be respectful, but you don't have to be around those type of people. You distance yourself from those people. When you're around those people, you're still respectful. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm getting on a soapbox, but I mean, that's just who I am. That's how my parents raised me. A lot of us watch with kids. Yeah, absolutely, too, guys. Yeah, I mean, we all do. I mean, if I stub my toe or something, man, I have to be like anybody else. I have to watch my P's and Q's if I drop something on my toe or stub my toe or do something. I mean, I'm human like anybody else. I mean, I try not to say bad words, but they come out. I mean, I have to be super mad or hurt myself really bad, but I mean, we all do. I stopped drinking beer after my millionth one. I did. My problem with alcohol is even from a young age, first experimenting with it, I liked it and I liked the hard stuff, and I knew there were some people in my family that were alcoholics, and I knew if I had it every single day or if I had it in my house, I probably high probability I would have become an alcoholic. So there's reasons for it, not just thinking I'm better than somebody. It's just I know myself. It's hard enough to not be addicted to sugar or iced tea or soda or all those things that are still bad for you. There's not any. Well, there's some people that say they're addicted to water, but how many people you say that are, addicted to water? There are some, but I mean, sweet tea. I love sweet tea. I love soda. You know, all things in moderation, right? I appreciate that because I lost my 9 months and 9 days old daughter to a drunk driver. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm really sorry. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I don't know that I could deal with myself if I'd ever would do something like that, get drunk and be stupid enough to drive or something, and it happens all the time. It's so painful to see that happen. Maybe I'll talk for the live streams. Yeah, that'd be good, Chris. You don't have to show yourself, but you can talk for sure. Yeah. Marine, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, me too, Randy. It's horrible, and that's another thing of choice. It's one thing if you do it and don't drive and be smart about it, but even when I did drink when I was younger, I never drank to get drunk, and that's what a lot of people do, and I understand that, but make sure you don't do something stupid. Make sure somebody takes your keys or have a designated driver. Be smart about it, because that one time that those people don't make the right decision and it costs everything, and it's so sad. It's just a choice, a wrong choice. That's why I always instill in my kids when they were growing up, I can't make you make the right choices. I can pray, I can encourage you to do the right thing, but you're going to make your own choices. Just take 1 second to think about the consequences of your choices. That's what my parents tried to tell me. They could have been more harsh on me, I believe, but in the end, we're all human, and once you get to a certain age, you're going to make your own decisions. But you just hope your kids don't go through some of the choices that you've made. But that's, again, they're going to have to make their own choices, and sadly, sometimes they do. Awesome, Herbert. Yeah, I've never been a smoker. I tried drinking in my 20s, of course, and I've drank one or here or there too socially. Like I said, my wife and I, on our anniversary, love having a glass of wine once in a while, and very rarely. But, you know, like everything, even gluttony, it's bad for us. So, I mean, there's so many things bad for you. It's everything in moderation in life, everything. Um, but there's some things that really cause consequences that are irreversible, tragic. Um, is it each one of our own individual lives and decisions? Yes, but those decisions we make that affect other people are the ones that matter the most. And a lot of them, every one, almost every one of them do affect other people. People think, well, it's my life. I can do what I want and say what I want. Well, yes, you can. But does it affect other people? And that's what I always try to instill, and myself especially. But a tongue is sharper than any two-edged sword, and our mouths get us in trouble more than anything, me included, me mainly. If I could shut my mouth and not say something that would hurt somebody's feeling, you know, none of us do it intentionally. I mean, if you do, then you're a jerk. Night, Matt. Love you too, brother. Have a good night. Appreciate you coming in and supporting the channel. Good night, 2G. I love that. That is such a short for two guys. That's awesome. I love that. 2G. That's such a good one. I stopped dipping snuff 2 or 3 years ago. Did it as long as I could remember. Got mouth pre-cancer and it scared the dog out of me. Yeah, for sure. My Uncle Bobby, he did the same thing all his life, and he lost half of his stomach. And yeah, he's a big advocate of talking people out of snuff and chew and any kind of tobacco, really, but especially snuff and chew. I mean, yeah, it's sad, but just like the movie Bucket List, when he gets cancer, he drops a cigarette, and then he's worried about his smoking, after it's too late, and that's the way people are, It's kind of like what I was saying before, where when you're raising your kids and you're teaching them right from wrong, and you're worried about them touching the hot stove, well, they've got to touch that hot stove before they realize it's hot, But luckily for something like that, they learn from their mistakes. That's what I told my daughter. She goes, "I've made a lot of bad decisions, Dad." And I said, that's fine, honey, as long as you can learn from them and move on. It's those mistakes that what I was saying earlier, those you think are little mistakes, but 1 second decisions that you make that change your life forever or somebody else's life. Like, what my daughter, I'm not going to go into what happened to her, what she went through, but it was a 1 second decision. She could have stopped for another second longer and made a better decision to change her outlook in life, Luckily, it wasn't so bad that she couldn't change from it, but yeah, it's so sad, Mom. I'm so sorry. So sorry that, somebody else's decision affects people like that. It's a shame. It's our world, unfortunately. I pretty much only drink water. Yeah, that's good, Chris. I wish I could say that. It's hard for me to give up tea and coffee. I do like a soda once in a while. And addicted to breathing it since birth. Yeah, I think we're all addicted to that for sure. Eating. Evening, y'all. Sorry I'm late. I was helping my oldest pick out an outfit for a wedding. I missed my own premiere. Haha. Yeah, it's alright, Kim, man. Life happens. You don't ever have to apologize when you come in, man. We all love each other. We're all family, man. I just appreciate your support and your friendship. Everybody else in the room does as well. I'm addicted to food. I eat it every day. Me too. Shy guy. It's hard to give up, It's one of those things you can't not do. I guess you can for, not eat for a couple weeks, but drinking water you can only not do for 3 to 4 days. That decision's going to make a big change in your life if you decide not to drink anything within 3 or 4 days. I don't know if it's just me or what, but does the rock on the left upper corner fire pit have emoji face on it? That's funny you say that, Woodsman, because Woodchucker was saying the same thing. I found that rock out here in the base camp, and let me zoom in a little bit, but that's kind of why I put it in my fire pit. It kind of looks like he said an owl, but it has the eyes and the mouth. Kind of looks like a little person. Yeah, I definitely wanted it for that reason. I thought it was creepy. Well, not that it was creepy looking, but I mean, I thought it was cool. When I first found it, my wife's like, that looks like a face. Let me get some light on it so you can see a little bit better. Yeah, definitely has eyes and a mouth. My name is Dan, and I am smokeless 98 days. Congratulations, Dan. That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad you did that. It's hard to do. I know. I've never been a smoker, but man, my mom and a lot of my family was, and it took a lot for them to give it up. Woodsman, I kind of looks like a jack-o'-lantern face. Yep. It's really weird, and it's 2 rocks, actually. I can lift it up for you. The top, it's separate, but when I set that other one on top of it, it made it look like that, so I left it like that. And I had no idea I was doing it when I stacked them on there, but when I stacked it on there, I was like, wow, that's so cool. So I just left it. Yeah, we're proud of you, Dan. Shy guy, at least I'm not the one who sees a face in the rock. Well, the first person that noticed it tonight, anyways, was Woodchucker. He said it looked like an owl, which it kind of does look like an owl. If anybody has missed giving me a thumbs up, appreciate somebody hitting that thumbs up. I'm sure everybody has, but appreciate you reminding everybody, Randy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Shy Guy. Wilted carved pumpkin. Yep. Does. I just left it. I thought it was pretty cool. I liked making the fire pit. I'm sure I've told the story about the fire pit in this base camp out here, but shortly after my wife and I moved out here, my nephew came and spent the weekend with us, and he looked out here and seen the woods back here, and he's like, Uncle David, have you ever thought of building a campground or campsite out there? I said, you know what, that's a great idea. So we picked up the weed eater and the pruning shears and everything. We came out here and cleared out an area and made this campsite, and I've been using it ever since. He's never camped out here with me, unfortunately. I keep telling him, even though he's an adult now almost, I said, you need to come out here and camp. We made this years ago, and you've never actually camped out here. It's so funny. Yeah, it's not very small at all. It's a pretty good size rock, for sure. Let me turn the light on medium. There you go. Now you can see it even better. Not so pixelated. Try to do a live Monday or Wednesday night from my hunting club. That would be cool. You ought to do it up in one of your deer stands, Ken. That would be kind of cool. I'm sure you got an idea already of what you're going to do and where you're going to do it, but that would be really cool to do it from your hunting club. I never thought about that. That's good. And I've been wanting to think about doing, remote places that I can do more lives at, make it a little more interesting. It'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used these tops for your aluminum cans. Little plastic tops that pop on your aluminum cans. I love them when keeps flies and bees and stuff out, and then it makes your can like a bottle. They work amazing. I love them. Well, man, I ought to be a salesman, you know? Used to be. Putting a bridge up over a ditch, switching HD cards on the trail cameras, and putting corn out, so I figured I'd try it out. That's actually a good idea, Ken. I think that's a great idea. You can even, you know, if you got good enough service out there, you can even show some of the stuff that you're doing. I think that'd be pretty cool. Putting a bridge up over a ditch. Oh, you just put it in twice. Yeah, it'd be fun. I think that'd be cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not camping out tonight. I'm just out here. This is nice to have this out here, and I get really good reception out here where we're at, and uh, it's good to do lives out here, and it's cooler. I can't wait till I start on my pallet cabin. I'm gonna make a little off-grid cabin out here out of pallets. I have no idea when I'm gonna start it. When things slow down even more, and I get some more materials and start. I'm gonna start collecting pallets and put tarp over them and stuff maybe, but I need to start collecting them and getting the screws. I'm gonna put together screws, and I love the pallet idea because you can insulate in between the you know, the void and the pallets. It makes it really good for insulation and building. So yeah, I want to build a off-grid cabin out here. Oh, excuse me, so I can use it to do lives in too, especially when bad weather. Or I want to build a porch on it where I can put some oil lanterns out there and have some lives out there. I think it'd be really cool. All right, Randy, I appreciate you coming in. Have a good evening. Hope you have a good day tomorrow, man. Okay, I'll check it out, Randy. Sorry I haven't been able to get back to you on it, but I'll definitely respond to it. Good night, Randy. I appreciate you coming in and your support, man. I do. I'll definitely respond here after a while. I need to dig out this fire pit and clean it out some more. Maybe I'll do that in the next day or two. Need to bring my shovel out here and clean it out. It's getting full. It's a big piece of wood. All this old junk wood. It's good for campfire wood as long as you're not cooking on it. So what's everybody's plans for this fall? Everybody got any camping ideas? Or I'd like to start this fall if I can. I don't know, or at least a good winter project of working on that cabin. Be a good cabin build series too that I could video. Be more content I could do, and be a lot of fun camping in it, having that. I picked up a used Kelty Circuit 2 tent this weekend for 20 bucks. It's in great condition, and the guidelines have never been unwrapped. Wow, that's a good deal, man. That's a nice tent. Yeah, there's a lot of good deals. I'm gonna post, probably won't be tonight, probably tomorrow, the bargains video. I probably just plan on doing my lives on Mondays like I normally do, and posting my bargains. I was hoping to have it done and post it on Mondays too with my live, and I might change it to that, but as of right now, I'll probably do my lives on Monday night and post the bargains video on Tuesdays. I'd like to get it to where I release it on Mondays. I just started way too late on putting the bargain thing together. It's getting cold here. I think I should camp tomorrow, but I need to figure out what I want to do. Yeah, and that's the thing about it is a lot of people like doing spur of the moment or just last minute things, which is cool. I do like doing that too. But part of me likes, planning it out and knowing every detail and aspect of it. Um, yeah, just do what you do, even if it's the same thing over and over and over again. People say you can't do the same things every video. Of course you can. I've subscribed to probably 5 or 10 channels that do the same thing every video. So I don't understand why people say that, because I never get bored of watching SB Adventures. He's in Arizona. He uses different gear every video, but he goes to the same area, and he just car camps every single video. What's the guy in Australia? Trying to remember what his channel is. He does the same thing every time, and I love it. And they both have really successful channels. So don't let people say that you can't do the same things every time, because you know what? Not everybody likes the same things. Obviously there's a lot of really good channels. People say don't do ASMR. Well, I'm subscribed to over half of my channels that are ASMR, and they've got thousands and thousands of subscribers, and they are very successful. So if you do good content and make good videos, do what you like to do. It doesn't matter. I've listened to some people, but then again I don't, because I'm going to do what I want to do. Because if you're just doing it like a job, you're going to get burnt out and you're not going to do it anymore. So if I could give anybody advice, which, do what you want to do and what you love to do, keep doing it. Don't do it just because you want views. Obviously we all want views. Obviously we all want to be monetized, but also you want to not get bored with it. Also, you don't want to get burned out like a job, because if you do it like a job, it's not your dream. Just like you tell your kids, do what makes you happy. I love doing ASMR videos. Is everybody going to like watching ASMR videos? No. A lot of people do like watching them. So, I mean, if you like doing that, do it. If you like talking on your videos, do it. If you like building shelters, do it. If you like just car camping, just do that. If you don't like change, do the same thing over and over again. It's fine. Somebody will watch it. Campfire and Dirty Tires, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, man. How are you doing tonight? My only ASMR video I did for YouTube tonight. I appreciate that, man. I think that was pretty cool. I mean, not that it was just ASMR and you gave me a shout out, but I really enjoyed that video. I really did. Not that I didn't enjoy your other videos, obviously, but you did really good camera angles. I don't know. I like the ambiance of that video. It's still probably one of my favorites. And like I said, not that it was an ASMR or you gave me a shout out, but that was a pretty cool video. I did enjoy it. And it was rainy, and the ambiance of that, hearing the rain hit your tarp, and see, that's what sets me off. I mean, I love that. I love hearing rain hit the tarp. I love hearing the snow or the sleet in the wintertime hitting your tarp. I like the crackling sounds of the fire. When SB Adventures goes up in the mountains up in Arizona, hearing the wind blowing through those pine trees, man. Oh, that's so awesome. I love it. Do whatever makes you happy. Absolutely, Campfire. Absolutely, man. I'm good. Thanks for coming in. I'm doing real good. Doing real good. Thanks for asking. Just hanging out here with you guys tonight. I probably am not going to go too far past 2 hours, so I can get in there and help my beautiful wife with her baby. I need to, especially when I'm on my Monday nights and not out on a camp, I need to be more diligent on getting back in. I know I don't have to, but I want to. I like hanging with you guys, though. I really do. I wonder if me doing ASMR style videos will hurt my channel. I'm worried it might drive away the outdoors crowd. See, and I don't believe that. shy guy, because like I said, I can send you a link to all the channels, and I'm pretty sure you really like them. Um, ASMR is very, it depends, you know, as long as you're putting out good quality content and editing decent and make it interesting, get good you're doing really good on your editing, by the way. And um, they're very successful. If you prefer not talking, I would say keep not talking and doing ASMR. Um, Work on your editing and your camera angles, and you know, and if you don't want to, see, my favorite still today, my favorite channel of all times is Carlisle 195. He didn't do any fancy editing. He didn't move his camera for angles. He did mostly not all, but mostly first person. Still my favorite all-time channel. No offense to anybody, but I've been subscribed to him longer than any channel on YouTube, and he builds a lot of shelters. He hammock camps. He tent camps. Great guy. He's a chef by trade. He lives in the UK. Amazing. It's my favorite. I wish he was still making content, because he'd still be my #1 channel. I still go back and watch all of his old content. I still watch it over and over and over and again. He's not ASMR, he talks, but people say you got to make Hollywood quality videos. That's not true. There's a lot of successful channels that don't have fancy editing, fancy camera angles, $3,000 cameras. Do those things help? For some people, yes, it makes a difference. But then again, how these other channels get big if that makes a difference, you know? It might make even more of a difference, and he may be even bigger than he is. But he was comfortable and humble where he was at. So it just depends on what you're on YouTube for. If you want to get big and make a lot of money, yeah, make videos that are like unrealistic, not in a demeaning way. There's really good high quality, like Luke Total Outdoor Gear Review. The camera he uses is like $4,000, but his video quality is phenomenal. I mean, Joe Robinette's video quality is phenomenal. I mean, it makes a difference, yes, but as far as picture quality, if you're watching videos on your TV and you care about the 4K and all that, you know, but there's a lot of people that don't care about any of that. So, you know, if you give it time long enough, and you're going to get a following of people that like ASMR, you know. I like talking. I like ASMR both. Getting ready for bed, early morning. All right, appreciate it, Campfire and Dirty Tires. I thank you for stopping in and supporting the channel. I really do. Hope you have a good evening and a good day tomorrow. Your true subscribers will watch. Yep, absolutely, Ken. I know a lot of my older videos have long shorts. I'm trying to make my videos visually interesting so that at least others can enjoy. See, and that's one thing I try to emphasize. I mean, you know, when you say visually interesting, to me, just having first person, if you strap your camera on your chest and I see what you do, everything you do, like what John did, I love that. Even more so than getting these fancy camera angles and having the sunrise shots and the perfect thumbnail, and that, none of that matters to me whatsoever. As long as I get to experience your trip, your adventure in some way, form, or fashion. See, when I first started YouTube, it was all pixelated and crappy quality. Nobody had good quality. Nobody had 4K or even 1080p. They didn't have 480p. So none of that crap mattered to me when I first started, and it still doesn't matter to me. If you're recording at 360p, I'll watch your videos, you know. I don't care. If you're doing something I want to watch, I'll watch it no matter what the quality, no matter what the camera angle is. Not everybody's going to, you know. Not everybody's going to think your videos are awesome, Chris, but I do. not everybody thinks my videos are awesome, but if somebody keeps watching them, if one person watches it, I'm happy, you know. I use my GoPro Hero 7 Black. Yeah, you can tell that's a good camera. I mean, I can shoot in 4K. I just don't have the storage on my until I upgrade my current phone. I've reverted back to recording in 1080p, which still a majority of people on YouTube that watch YouTube watches in 1080p or less. So if you watch your statistics on YouTube Studio, and yeah, majority of people watch 1080p or under now, so it really does not matter if you're recording in 4K. A lot of people don't even have 4K capability of watching, you know, but then again, there's a lot of people that do like it. So I mean, if your goal is to make as much as possible and get monetized and become a Joe Robinette or a TA Outdoors or Corporal's Corner or any of these big time YouTubers that make a living off YouTube, then yeah, you're gonna have to do whatever you got to do to make whatever you got to make, you know. And that's the problem with me is I don't want to make it out like a 9 to 5. I don't want to make it out to, this is my hobby, this is what I love to do. I'm not going to get so wrapped up in filmmaking and content creating that it's going to take my joy away from my adventures. And that's just me. You know, I'm never going to tell somebody not to do whatever they want to do, but if you're not enjoying what you're doing and enjoying your camping, because realistically, if for me to make the best video quality video I've made, which my videos, I'm going to be honest, aren't the best quality as far as videography, but if I did get to that point, I'm going to spend more time moving the camera, spend more time editing, spend more time than I'm actually enjoying the adventures. I'm out to camp. I'm out to document my adventures, not to make a Hollywood video. You know what I mean? I mean, I hate to sound like that, but I want to make it good enough that they can enjoy it and see everything, you know, but I don't want to spend all my time worrying if I've got the best shot or the best angle, using 2 or 3 different cameras. And I mean, when I start to try to do that, I spend more time moving my camera around and getting angles and always eat cold dinners, because when you film everything and cook everything, you eat cold food. It's just, that's how it is. You know, I don't enjoy it as much when I'm worried about, well, how many people's going to watch this? Am I going to get 1,000 views in this? Am I going to get however many watch hours? That's not in my mind. I mean, it is, but it isn't. You know what I mean? I bought mine open box years ago, and it's still kind of pricey. Yeah, they are, big time. And I want a DJI Osmos 4 or 5, but I just can't see spending the money. I don't think buying one of those are going to make me any better YouTuber. I don't think buying a quality camera, a better quality camera, is going to make me have more subscribers. Maybe it will. I just can't justify it right now. I know a guy with over 20,000 subs and still uses his phone. That's all I've ever used is a phone. That's all Carlisle 195 has always used, is just a phone. There's several YouTubers I'm subscribed to that just use a phone. I've never used anything but a phone. And as far as what you can get in a camera and the quality, you really can't beat a phone. You're going to have a phone anyways, and most people have top-of-the-line phones, or have to have. So why don't you just use a phone? Most people use the excuse as, well, I want a action camera because it's waterproof. Well, my Pixel 8 is waterproof up to 9 feet without a case. You know, I'm not going to plan on dunking it in the water to find out, but I mean, are you going to get 4K Hollywood quality out of every phone? Probably not, but you can get pretty close. like I said, you know, I'm not watching YouTube channels for video quality per se. I like the adventures. I like, you know, when Joe Robinette started out, you could barely see what he was doing. It was so pixelated, but I loved his dog Scout. I loved him going to the little patch of woods he had there in Windsor uh, to just do an overnight camp and try bushcraft and start out. I mean, he was just a young kid with his dog, man. He was just going to what he had and starting out. A lot of these big YouTubers started out lower than we are, you know, and had less technology and less gear. Joe didn't have any fancy gear, man. He had this cheap stuff, cheaper than all we have. You know, you know, everybody gives him a hard rap. Yeah, he's had a rough time, but man, he was lower than most of us starting out, man. He was just a kid and his dog. That's it. You had no issues with the GoPro, yep. I wanted to have a dedicated video camera. There's a part of me that wanted to too, but you know, I knew even if I had a fancy camera, I'm not going to go to the lengths that it takes to make that quality of a video. I'm not going to do it. I'm not down on anybody that does. I've watched a lot of channels that do that. Total Outdoor Gear Review, T Outdoors, Joe Robinette, Corporal's Corner. There's a lot of channels that make great quality videos, but that's not why I watch their videos. It's because of the quality of their videos or their camera angles or how cool. It's because of what they're doing. You know, yeah, people don't like Corporal's Corner because of his they say he's arrogant. Well, there's a lot of people that are hypocritical and arrogant. I'm not watching his videos because of his personality or who he is. I watch his videos because nobody else on YouTube does what he does. He's knowledgeable. He's common sense. I mean, real world scenarios, and what's more important than worrying about a bug out bag, you know? He does things and builds things that nobody else on YouTube has. There's some that's done better or more than he has, but very few, you know. I like T Outdoors. I like watching his cabin buildings with his dad. I like his overlanding vehicle. He does a little bit of everything. I love it. You know, Kent Survival. I like his channel. I've got a lot of big channels and a lot of little channels I watch. So, but I watch for reasons that I like. You know, not for quality, not for what gear they use. I love just watching people get a bedroll out and lay by a campfire and camp and cook a pork and beans, you know. I like that. I like this, watching people get out and see what kind of adventures they do. You know, that's so cool. I love it. I'm investing in a good microphone system next. When the next year, investing in quality camera to set up an ultralight tripod. That'd be awesome, Ken. Yeah, I like that angle, Chris, when you're walking like that. Yeah, I absolutely like that. But I'm not going to watch your videos anymore if you change anything out. I mean, your very first video, I think, was fine for me. You know, everybody else is going to give you advice. It all depends, like what Woodchuck says, what you're after and what your end goals are for your channel. Follow your dreams and do what you want to do. And that's what I tell everybody. You know, I'm nobody, but that's what you need to do on YouTube, is do what makes you happy. Don't do what everybody else tells you to do, you know? Kind of like a video game angle. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just like Sam the Northwest Wind's been telling you, yeah, I mean, your editing and your angles and your videography's been great, man. You're really come a long ways and from your first video to your last one. But like I said, for me personally, I enjoy watching you go out and what you're going to cook and where you're going to camp. Even if you camped in that same spot, I just like watching people camp, you know? Yep. Going out to enjoy yourself. That's all it's about, man. That's all it for me is going out and enjoying my adventures. Make enough to invest back in future trips. Yeah, I mean, everybody would like to make just. I'd like to make just enough to pay my gas and to buy me a little bit of new gear once in a while. I don't need to. I mean, it'd be cool to make a living off YouTube, but there's very few in the grand scheme of things that make a living off YouTube and make enough. Um, if you could make a partial uh, living off of it, would be cool. But I would like to just do it because I'm documenting my outings. If I could ever make a little bit to be able to, like I say, upgrade my gear, or when something wears out to replace it, that'd be great. You know, that'd be awesome. Just making the friendships that we've made, getting to hang out and do meetups. I love that. I love it. I have a Sony ZV-1, 2 GoPros, a 360 camera. I have my phone, 2 camcorders. The camcorders are usually my go-to for non-live, and my phone for live. Yep, camcorders do a plenty good job. That's what I first started using when I was doing YouTube. I guess I was wrong on always using a phone. I did use, for the first couple of my videos, I had a camcorder, but it got stolen. So, and it was just a camping trip at Lake Catherine State Park. But most of my videos that I've made after my dad died, when I really started doing content, I've always used the phone. Yeah, definitely, Chris. Yeah, I mean, if that's a goal of yours, yeah, definitely, you know, do what you need to do to get your channel to grow and get people to subscribe, you know. But then again, you know, if you're going to just make it into that 40-hour week, you know, if you're doing YouTube video full time, you're going to be putting in more than 40 hours. I can guarantee you that. You're going to be putting in more and investing a lot more. Yeah, it's like owning your own business. But you're going to be working all the time, more so even on your time off. You're always going to be looking for places to camp. You're going to be going out. You're going to be doing it even more than you do. I just hate to see people follow a dream and then make that dream into a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but each person's got to do that and figure it out. You know, a lot of these big YouTubers have gone through burnout phases, and that's what scares me about if I'd ever get too big or too far into it, that I quit enjoying my adventures, because I don't want that. I would rather work part-time and do YouTube part-time than to hate doing camping and my outdoor adventures. If I ever hate doing them, I'm going to back off and slow down and change things to where I continue to love it. That's why I didn't want to be a chef for a job. I like to cook. I went to culinary school because I like to cook and to learn new things, not for a career. So everybody wonders why I'm not a chef and work in the food industry, because I didn't want to hate cooking. Randy's one of your favorite channels, and he uses his phone. Yep, absolutely. And he did buy his last one. He bought a high-end phone and everything, but you also don't have to buy a $1,500 phone. You don't have to buy the highest-end phone. As long as it's got a good camera, good quality camera, mainly for videoing, and if you take a lot of still shots for thumbnails and stuff, I mean, yeah, a decent camera with good photo qualities, good too for thumbnails. But I mean, there's no reason you can't make good content, and you're exactly right, Ken. And like I said, especially in the old days, and there's still a handful of channels I watch today that only uses phones or low-end action cameras, not GoPros and not DJI action cameras. I have a DJI Osmos gimbal for my phone that helps me do cinematic shots if I want, and to have active track and all that. I don't need to buy a DJI action camera or a GoPro or any of those types of to get active track. I have it on any phone that I use with my gimbal. Um, and I like it, but I don't want to get wrapped up and hate doing my, I know I'm just repeating myself over and over again, but I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I joined the DJI Osmo group on Facebook. Wow, tons of issues with them. For everybody that I know Coal Region Explorer, he has a 3 and a 4, Osmos 3 and 4. He has no issues with his and hasn't had no issues. Then again, GoPro, I've read the forums on those, and they've had just as much or more problems with GoPro. So, it's hit or miss. All the DJI products I have, I've had no issues with whatsoever. So, it's hard to say, if you're really picky and really, what should I say? I don't want to offend anybody, but I mean, each their own. And it's kind of like a car, some people say, well, I wouldn't own this car because it's a piece of junk. I've had nothing issues with it. But the next guy, your neighbor, had the same car for 20 years and never had a problem with it. So, it depends on, whatever works, stick with it. Whatever you want to do it. If your phone works great for you, keep using your phone. If your GoPro works for you, keep using it, I don't think if you just go out and buy a brand new DSLR, like, I can't remember the one that Luke uses, but it's like $3,500, $4,000. There's no way I'm going to spend that. Even if I had it, I would not spend it. I don't think that's going to make me any more subscribers, and even if it does, I'm not going to spend that much money to find out if it does. I mean, what if it doesn't? What if you go spend even $1,500 on a new camera, you thinking it's going to help your channel, and it doesn't? Well, you just spent $1,500 on what you could have still been doing with whatever you have. You know what I mean? I know that sounds stupid, and nobody ever learns or just like Woodchucker said earlier, I mean, he just has a cheapo handle and, GoPro. I mean, it's all what you're doing, and you can make it interesting without the shots. You can make it interesting, you can find subscribers that are going to support your channel no matter what you do, as long as you keep doing what you're doing and love what you're doing. Your subscribers are going to tell whether you love doing what you're doing just by watching your videos, and what do I know? I've got a little channel, but if I always have a little channel, I'm content and humble with that. I've got some awesome friends and family in this community. In my book, I'm already successful because of all the amazing friends that I've have and will have through this awesome community. I mean, all of you guys are amazing, and to me, I've already made it to where I've wanted to be in YouTube. I wanted to have just enough subscribers and a community that I feel supported and can share my adventures with you guys and new people that come along. But I never thought I'd have 600 loyal subscribers that watched my content. And that's not why I started YouTube, but I'm very grateful I do. Thank each one of you for doing it. I have 2 GoPros. My first was a Hero 7 and white, then I got a black. Yeah, a lot of people like those Hero 7s. One thing truly drives me nuts about videos, though, is wind noise. Yeah, it kind of does me too, but I just mute it since I like ASMR. I mean, in the midst of it, I mute it, or I put on closed captioning. If there's some noise in the background that annoys me, I just mute it and turn the closed captioning on. It's funny. It's funny I do that, but I mean, to turn, to not drive me away from somebody's video, I'll mute it and turn the closed captioning on if there's like lots of wind noise or something really obnoxious noise in the background. Yeah, the DJI Osmo 6 is the gimbal stick. Yep. And it makes any uh, phone that's capable of downloading the Mimo app. It makes it into a kind of like a Pocket 3 or 4, like Tony and Todd Champion have. Those cameras. Those cameras aren't water resistant or waterproof. I guess they're water resistant, but they're not waterproof. That's the only reason I wouldn't get a Pocket 3, 4, or 5, because my phone is water resistant up to 9 feet if submerged without a case or anything on it. So, if you drop your phone in the water, my phone's probably going to survive. But if I get a waterproof case for it, then it would be. But I can't see that gimbal does everything that a Pocket 3 does, other than you can see your video remotely on your camera away from your, if you have your phone, you can watch the feed on your camera. So that is an option that I do like that I don't have, but I don't see me using it very much. I like my DJI Osmos Action 4 for the horizontal hold and rock steady. Yeah, I really like the low light option that DJI puts in all their gear, the Pocket series, the Action series. The low light is second to none. The GoPro's horrible in low light. That's the only reason I really, you'd have to make sure you have good lighting, night lighting. Not that we all record a tremendous amount during the night, but I do like that about DJI is the low light modes for those. Really, that's a really good selling point for a lot of content creators. Then that's the new camera stick. No, he's got the Action camera, Chris. The gimbal is what I have. Is for phones. He has the actual Action camera like a GoPro. The DJI version. I had to stop watching Corporate Corner. He complained too much about people not watching. At least talks about me now while ignoring his actual viewers. Yeah. Yeah, he does. I really don't care about that myself. I mean, I still watch because I still enjoy his videos. Yeah, those things are annoying too. And but I still watch him. I've watched him since the beginning of his channel, so I'm still gonna watch him and support him. Joe Robinette irritates me to no end a lot of times too, but I'm still gonna watch him. I've supported him from the beginning. TA Outdoors, same thing. He irritates me a lot too, and some of the things he says and does, but in the end, I know I say and irritate a lot of people too, and probably, but I hope like heck people still support me, And then I hear people say, well, they're too big of a channel. Well, what if one of us blow up and get big? Are we going to stop supporting each other because one of us, we get jealous and one of us gets 30 to 50,000 subscribers? Are we going to stop watching each other because somebody in our group's bound to get bigger? Are we going to stop watching them just because they grow? I'm not. I just wish I could figure out the shots like Randy does. Well, if you really talk to Randy about it, and he'll talk to you about it. He wears himself out. I mean, it's a lot of work. Yeah, I do like watching Randy's camera angles, but I don't enjoy that about Randy's videos, to be truthfully honest. I like it because he's silly, his personality, and he's who he is in his videos. He doesn't edit out a lot of his mistakes and bloopers, and but for me personally, like I said before, I really angles on people's camera work and all that is not why I watch any of your guys' channels. And I'm just being bluntly honest. I mean, I don't watch anybody's channels for their video quality, for their camera shots. I just watch to see your guys' adventures. That's what I like. I know that's just me. I know that may not be the majority, but but that's the thing about YouTube is there's a lot of people like that. They don't really care. They just want to watch what you're doing. They want to watch what meal you're making. They want to watch you fall and slip. They want you to fall in the water. They want to see you, and they don't want you to see you editing out. Because if you watch a channel that you never see any bloopers, you never see them make a mistake, you never see, well, they're editing every bit of it out. I wish I'd get more of mine on video, because I don't video probably enough sometimes. And like when I fell out of the back of my hammock, that would have been a great thing to catch on video, but I didn't. And it was at night. It was when I was going to bed. It hurt like heck, but people would have enjoyed that. I didn't have my camera rolling. Herbert, just try different stuff. If it doesn't work, then try something else. Yep. Or just do what you want to do and not care. I mean, if you're content. But sometimes what's frustrating about content creating is if you're, I've tried to get focused on, well, I want to grow my channel and I want to be monetized. Well, if that's just my goal and I never get monetized, eventually I'm going to give up if I don't get there. You're going to get frustrated. Is that my ultimate goal for YouTube, is to be monetized and to make a living off of it? No, absolutely not for me. I just want to document, and if people want to watch it, that's my goal. My main goal, like I said, is I've already reached it. I've gotten a lot of awesome friendships, got to meet a lot of people. Our YouTube meetup every year, I've gotten amazing friendships and friends out of it. I'm good with that. Yeah, I would love to grow. I'd love to get monetized just like everybody else. But if I don't, I'm cool with it. I really am. GoPro Hero 3 that hasn't failed me yet. Yeah. See those older ones? A lot of times they've worked a lot better. They're still 1080p and they're good cameras. The only thing they don't have is the front-facing screen. And I don't know why people make such a big deal about the front-facing screen, because if you really worry about the selfie shots, you can just get one of those round mirrors to put on it and you can see yourself in the mirror. You don't really need a video screen. I mean, yeah, if you want to catch every little detail if something's in the shot or whatever, but I mean, just to be able to see that you're centered correct or whatever you're looking at centered. I mean, if it means that much to you, you can just get a mirror to put on the front of your camera. I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. Eight seconds or less. See, and I hear that, and there's some channels I watch that they just let it roll. I'm cool with that as long as they're doing something interesting that I like to watch, and even if they don't, I still watch it. You know what I mean? I watch this one channel that he'll sit there and show a segment of this campfire for, I don't know, 10 minutes. I still watch it. Most people would click away or skip through it because they don't want to watch 10 minutes worth of a campfire crackling. But, then again, I'm not everybody else either, but I like that. It's like me sitting there watching the fire too, because like what I'm doing tonight, that's one of my favorite things of camping is the fire. A few weeks ago, I edited a lot more other videos I shot. Some had already edited some of editing. I can do anything about the old footage. Yep. I picked up my camcorders used off Facebook Marketplace cheap. Yeah, my first one, I had a JVC. I can't remember what model it was. It was a good camcorder. I love that thing. Had good zoom, had your screen, pop-out screen. Yeah, a camcorder's great. If you're looking for low budget and you can still record, you can get one that's 4K now, but if you want an older one that shoots 1080p, man, if you don't use a phone, camcorder definitely is a good option for sure. Yeah, I love that camcorder I had. I loved it. I tried to keep B-roll footage 2 to 5 seconds each clip and regular shots 30 seconds each, and sometimes it doesn't work that way. Yeah, and that's where the power of editing comes in, is you can cut those longer clips down or whatever, or cut them down to 2 to 3 seconds, cut stuff out that you can use. It's one good thing about editing, but then you end up editing a lot of stuff that a lot of people would want to see too. You got to find that fine line of what your subscribers want to watch and what they don't want to watch. I know I probably have a lot of subscribers that just are nice and watch my videos because let them run in the background. I'm cool with that, but you know, you don't really know who's truly enjoying your footage and who's not, and who's just supporting you because they're your friends and not. But that really doesn't matter to me. At least living upstate New York has a lot of great places to film at. Yes, it does, man. You got a lot of awesome places to camp. I love that newest place you found, man. That is a great base camp location for sure. Yeah, moving the camera is a huge hassle. You a 30-minute segment, you're going to have probably 2 or 3 hours worth of footage. Like Randy says, he'll have hours and hours and hours of footage he's got to chop down to 20 or 30 minutes. I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's not what I'm in it for. I'm never. If my channel never gets bigger than it is now, that's fine. I mean, I am not gonna do 4 hours of footage for 20 minutes. And I know that's what the big guys have to do, but I'm not gonna do it. I'll find ways to cut corners, or I'm gonna enjoy my adventures. I'm not gonna go out to make a movie. That's just me. I'm not gonna do it. If I just keep the friends I have and my channel stays the size it is, great. That's I'm good. I'm still enjoying my adventures, and I'm going to. I'm gonna go out, enjoy my downtime in my camp where I can set at the fire for 3 hours, and if I want to, and enjoy it. I'm not gonna worry about moving the camera 15 times around my fire just to get different views for you to look at. But then again, like I say, I'm not really into it to get 1 million subscribers and to make a living off of it. I mean, that's not my ultimate goal. I think also my YouTube channel is something I leave behind to show I existed. I don't have a family to pass on anything to. I'm sorry, Chris, but yeah, I understand that for sure. That's the way a lot of people, Woodsman say he started to document it for his grandkids and his kids, and that's the way it is. Who knows, 20, 30 years after I'm gone, somebody may be watching my videos and somebody may get enjoyment out of it. As long as YouTube doesn't delete everything one day. Yeah, that's true. You have no control over that for sure. Yeah, Shy Guy, you're definitely part of this family, so don't say you don't have any more family anymore, because you are family. That's right, Herbert. Oh, different angles and shots does become a headache at times. It does, big time. Now, if I'm going to do lots of shots, and don't get me wrong, you can make it easier on yourself to do that if you want to do that. But that would require getting more cameras, obviously. That's how I would get different camera shots, but you got to set up each one of those individuals. You either got to set up one and move it 1 million times, or you got to have 3 or 4, and you still got to move them around. So, I mean, would it be less work with more cameras? Yes. But you're going to have more tripods. You're going to have, it's still going to be a tremendous amount of work. You got to have enough that you can. I mean, you're not gonna hike in, ultra backpack hike in, and have 4 cameras on you. It ain't gonna work. You may have an action camera and a main camera. You may have 2. And I think that's what Joe does mostly. A lot of these big YouTubers, they have 2 cameras. They'll usually have an action camera, and then they'll have a DSLR. But you can't realistically hike in or be canoeing, backpacking, and have 4 cameras on you or 3 cameras on you. And that's why GoPros and DJI action cameras are cool, because they're so small, lightweight. You can have a couple. Named outdoors. He records 2 angles at a time with a GoPro and a regular camera. That helps with something I'm going to start to do. Yeah, that would be good, Ken, and that probably would help a lot. Definitely get different angles. I've got several 1080p phones and a couple 4K phones. I could have 2 phones with me at all time minimum, and even 3, but it's going to add 2 or 3 more tripods. It's going to, I don't know. I just got to weigh my options of what I want to do. The odds of me ever making it and making a living are slim to none on YouTube. I mean, majority of YouTube channels that even want to and have the drive to do it and try to do it, very few do it. So, not to discourage anybody, if you put your mind to anything, you can do what you want to do, I'm never going to discourage anybody from it, but, when I'm saying things, it's, for me, it's not discouraging anybody that wants to do it, whatever they want to do. That's why I keep saying, do what you want to do and what makes you happy. People always think I just want to make it big. I don't. Would I like it to grow? It is growing slowly, but I'm fine with that. I don't, if I ever made it to where I made any kind of income at all, I'd be fine with that, but I'm not looking at it to make an income off of it. Have you seen the new 360 videos? Yes, I really like them. There's a lot of the YouTubers I watch that use the 360s. Bomb Outdoors has started using his a lot. Obviously Tony. I can't remember if Todd Champion got him a 360 yet or not. I don't think he has yet. Who else recently got one? There's several channels I watch have gotten them. And, Kent Survival's got one now. Yeah, I do like them. I don't really like the fishbowl effect it gives. I don't know. And that's a lot of things I didn't like about GoPro as much as prior to a lot of the older ones, they were really fishbowl-y, and I know those settings you can turn off, but I don't really like that. There's some shots that really looks cool, like Desert Drifter on YouTube. He used it a lot climbing the mountains and stuff. That 360 video footage looks awesome with rock climbing and that type of stuff. But not for every shot. I don't like the 360 footage. Then I have a lot of car channels I watch use them. Yeah, absolutely. They're fishing channels. They like that 360 view. Yeah, a lot of people are making cool videos with it. I just kind of makes me sick to my stomach, that 360 distorted view. It definitely looks unreal. Of course, there's hardly a way to make it look real, but there are some really cool shots with it. All right, Ken, appreciate you coming in. Hope you have a good night. I'm probably so far behind, you're probably already gone, but thanks for stopping in, man. I saw a video walking in Alaska, and I could look whenever I wanted. It was cool. Yeah, that is super cool. But I remember everyone who was here at the beginning. Robbie, how you doing? Oh, sorry, kicked the phone. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'm having a great night. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm kind of letting my fire die down because I'll be getting off here before too much longer. But been good. Hope you're doing well, Robbie. Another one of the fine gentlemen I met at Tony's meetup, which I technically didn't really get to meet you personally and talk to you a lot. I wish I had. But I got to know you from that, which is a good thing. Appreciate you coming in and the support. my friend. If I could cover my adventure costs, I'd be happy to. Absolutely, Herbert. And, you know, that's kind of what I'm saying, you know, for me personally. Um, and if I don't, you know, I'm not going to go extravagant lengths. It's going to cost me any more than I normally do to enjoy being outdoors. So, DJI and GoPro, you can run off a phone. Yep, absolutely. I want to make my own gear, but finding a heavy-duty sewing machine is no easy task. Yeah, they're expensive too, Herbert. I find it easy to film a quick 30-second shot and stop recording. It makes editing way easier. Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Makes it a lot easier. Because you re-watching all those clips, the longer the clips are, it's going to take you that much longer to edit. That's some of the fun for me. I enjoy video and editing aspect. I enjoy the process, not as much as the adventure. I enjoy building the community and meeting the creators I have. Absolutely, Robbie. That's kind of the way I am too. Yeah, all is well here, Robbie. It's really good. I'm really blessed. Thank you for asking. I usually leave the camera rolling and edit out the bad. Problem is, after editing the bad, I have nothing left. Yep. That's the way it is sometimes. Yeah, longer to edit for sure. If you have a lot of footage, it definitely is going to take you longer to edit. And that's what I don't enjoy the editing that much. So it's kind of the, you know, and people say ASMR videos are harder to edit. I find them easier to edit than talking videos. So, you know, it's each of their own. I don't enjoy the editing myself. Editing just a headache. A lot of unused footage. Yeah, for sure. Yep. Well, I probably need to get off here. I already went over 40 minutes, longer than I wanted to be. I need to get back in there and be available to help out with Will. My wife is gracious enough to encourage me to be out here and talking to you guys and spending time with you guys. But I do need to get back in there and spend some time with my boy and help out. But I really appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. I really appreciate everybody supporting my channel and encouraging me and being there when I was out with my wife and my son and the loss of our family members. I can't ever thank you enough. But I do appreciate each and every one of you. Getting to know you, Robbie, and everybody else that's in here. Getting to know you, Chris and Herbert, and all of our core group. Our community is amazing. You guys keep me wanting to do it. And not only I love doing the adventures, but yeah, I'll text you tomorrow sometime, Herbert, for sure. All right, Den, have a good night, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Glad I caught you at least for a bit. God bless you, brother, and your family. Absolutely, you too, Robbie. Thank you for your friendship and your support, my friend. It was fun, Chris. I appreciate it, man. Magic Cat, thank you for stopping in. Thank you for, if you guys don't mind, give me a thumbs up before I head out and get off here. I appreciate you guys. Good night, everybody. Sorry you got in on the end of it, Magic Cat, but every Monday at 7 p.m. Central, I try to get on live. So if you want to try to get on next week, come on back and we'll chat it up. Appreciate you stopping in, man. But everybody have a good week. God bless each and every one of you. And I encourage you to check out each other's channels and support each every one of us and keep the community growing and supporting and loving one another. That's what we're here for, man. But thanks again. I had fun tonight. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday. Remember, tomorrow I'm going to upload my bargains deal video, so keep an eye out for that, and I appreciate it. Wednesday night gear reviews. Yes. All right, man. We'll talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.